would say, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, but I feel like this video is a lot different and it deserves a different kind of intro. And as much as I could write this down in a journal, I don't feel like keeping it captive on the pages of a book are gonna do any good for anybody, really. So I decided to do this 40-day fast to start out the new year, and right now it's January 7th. And I don't know, there was this devotional that said something about God being present during movement, and I was reflecting a lot on this. And I don't know, for some odd reason, like, I had my water bill sitting here, the check was written out, the envelope was done, all I had to do was walk to the city and drop it off in the drop box. And it's been sitting here for over a week. And so I decided to do that. There's no wind, it's not too cold out in Minnesota, and there's no snow on the ground yet. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna go drop it off. And it was probably like a 5 or 10 minute walk round trip, but the one thing that really stood out to me, it was probably not even 5 minutes into my walk, I came across this house that I pass almost every day in the summertime when I walk by it. And there's this little old lady that lives there, and I always see her by herself. She hardly ever has anyone over. She's always sitting on her porch by herself, and I've tried to, you know, make eye contact and wave at her in the past, but I just feel like she was, you know, very lonely. And so I respected her peace. But what I saw today was people were cleaning out her house, and they were taking out her couches and stuff like that. And I couldn't help but think about the end of life. And God, I don't know if this woman had passed on or if she moved into a nursing home. All I know is that they were clearing out her furniture, so it didn't look good. And I don't know why this has been hitting me so hard, especially today. The end of life and taking chances. There are so many times when we don't step out in blind faith because we're fearful. Fear holds us back. We stay a prison to our own bodies. We stay a prison to what society expects of us. We stay prison to what the people around us want for us. And I'll be 30 this year, and I know I'm not that old, but I've always been wiser beyond my years. And the reason I'm putting this message out there is because I feel like there's some people that A, either need to hear this, or B, they can relate to it, or C, it's just getting it out there. The end of life has just been hitting me differently. Like, I have always said, you only live once, life is short, take chances. But I never actually really lived it. The only time that I ever stepped out on blind faith, like really stepped out, was when I moved halfway across the country to New Jersey. And the only difference then is that I had nothing to lose. I had nothing, and when I came back I had nothing, so I was okay with it. And I was at a job that I absolutely hated. God laid something on my heart a year and a half ago, and I haven't been listening. And I haven't done the thing that he's called me out to do because I'm fearful. I feel like I'm airing out my laundry here. I am very guilty of being stuck in comfort. I think that comfort is very dangerous. I think that comfort makes us stuck, it keeps us stagnant, and it keeps us from our purpose a lot of times. I feel like there's always room for growth, there's always room for new opportunities, there's always room to become better, but I feel like each and every one of us has gifts, each and every one of us has a purpose in life, each and every one of us, we help people along the way, you know, even when we don't even realize it. And I think the thing that really hit me today when I was reading through my passages in this Bible study that I'm doing, and I'm not like pushing religion on anyone, I'm just talking about my experience, but I can't help but think that other people are missing their blessing because I haven't stepped out in faith. I am single-handedly screwing other people over and blocking them from their blessing. That's the way that I look at it, because when we go after the things we want and we're abundant and we're happier and we get to those next steps in life, there might be someone who doesn't know that they're waiting for you to get to that next step in your life so they can propel forward, so that you can be a light to guide the way, so you can be, you know, oftentimes we stay stuck in really crappy places because we feel like we don't deserve more for ourselves, or we're fearful of moving out of state because what are the people in our family going to do? Because, you know, you might be the solid foundation for everyone, you might be the glue to the family, you might be the person that everyone seeks out for advice, and you feel like there's this heavy burden on your shoulders, and you feel like you're responsible for everyone's emotions, and you might be a people pleaser, you might not be, but if you're anything like me, you are. I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like comfort has stifled me recently. I have been working really hard. My YouTube content schedule is scheduled out till the end of February, so I'm a month and a half ahead. But I have all these other things going on, and I find myself always working, and I've been finding myself doing a lot of things that I don't want to do, and that's because I don't have a lot of time, and there's not much time left for myself at the end of the day, and especially there's no time left for the people in my life, and I've been feeling very guilty about that. And I don't know, like if I lived till I was 80 years old and I only have 50 years left, why am I not stepping out in faith? Why am I letting fear hold me back? Why am I, like, in the grand scheme of things, fear is stupid. Fear is really dumb. It's a survival instinct in our humanness in us and everything. But I think that walking by that lady's house today wasn't just a coincidence. I don't know her personally, but the way I gathered it, she was someone who just accepted what was put in front of her. She accepted where she was at in life and settled, you know? I don't know. But I don't personally know her. I can only make assumptions, and I probably shouldn't, but there have been a lot of people around me that I know in circles that have passed away, and especially people in like their 50s. So, like, why am I not stepping out in blind faith and doing these things that I'm fucking terrified to do? Because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my house. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my car. Like, at the end of the day, they're just materialistic items. I'm grateful for them. I am more than grateful to have purchased my first home by myself, and I have a nice vehicle and nice things, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna take any of that shit with you. You're not gonna take none of this stuff with you, and I think, you know, it's not that I'm depressed or anything, but I know that I'm not happy in a lot of certain areas of my life, and I know that you can't be 100% happy, but I do believe in being joyful, and, you know, I feel like life could be worse, but it could also be better, and I think that that's okay to think of as well. You know, there's this thing called toxic positivity these days, and people are like, oh, just think positive and blah, blah, blah. You should just be grateful for what you have. Yeah, to a certain extent, but I don't think that there's anything wrong for wanting more for your life. And me wanting more for my life, it's not necessarily materialistic things. What I want out of life is experiences. I want to travel. I want to get into music. I want to be around like-minded people that are like myself. I want to be able to create every single day and just kind of live life. Live life without the expectations of others. Live life without the expectation and the weight of the world on my shoulders. I don't 100% know if I have a point to this video. I just know that life is very short, and it's really hit me after I lost my mom. You know, I think about where my mom would be today if she wouldn't have ended her life 11 years ago. I think about the different spot that I would be in. I don't think I would be as strong of a person, because that kind of forced me to, I mean, I've always been very mature and very wise for my age, but I feel like it really caused me to look at life differently. You know, what made my mom depressed? What made my mom feel like she was stuck in a prison cell? What made my mom a prison within herself of her own mind? You know, it was low self-esteem, and it was not feeling good about herself. She wanted everyone else around her to be happy, and I feel like I'm a lot like that. However, you know, I take that scenario very serious, and it's like, why am I not fully going after the life that I want? Why am I not fully going after the things that I want in life? And as simple as it is, it's fear. There's more to life than just paying bills and dying. That's all I know. I know that I see life a lot differently than a lot of people around me. I know that some things have to change, and one thing that I've really been working on the last 6 months, and especially this year, my 2024 mantra is keeping the promises that I make to myself. And if you're seeing this video today and you're not starting the business because you're scared, or you're not quitting the job that you hate because you're scared, or you're not asking that boy or girl out on a date because you're scared, or you're not going on that trip because you've never traveled alone because you're scared, or fear is holding you back from going out to the movies by yourself, or going to the gym because you're afraid of what everybody's gonna think of you, let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, the people at the gym are worried about they're either worried about the same thing as you, or they're so focused on themselves that they're not even paying attention to you. But our mind likes to take everything so personal and care what everybody else thinks around us. And if you're seeing this, this is your message, and this is your year to shine. This is your year to go after the things that set your fucking soul on fire. Stop pushing art to the side. Stop stifling your creativity at a job that you absolutely hate. Stop stifling your growth because you feel like you don't deserve it. Stop stifling your growth because you fucked up and you think that the world has ended and you don't think that you deserve good things because you might have done something and you're regretting it, and your resentment or guilt is eating you alive, so you're not stepping out and creating the life you want because you don't feel like you deserve it. That's bullshit. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to have a good life. We all deserve to be loved. We all deserve to create the life that we want. So this is my message to you and to myself, to stop let fear holding you back, because let me tell you what, in 30 to 60 years, however much time you have left on this earth, somebody is gonna be cleaning out your fucking furniture out of your house, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're dead. I'm saying it. There's nothing you can do about it because your life is over and all those opportunities have passed you by and you didn't take the leap. Is it really worth that? I don't think so. And I think I needed to hear that too. There was a quote someone said, I think it might have been Denzel Washington, said something about, you don't see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You're not taking it with you. So if you lose things, you can rebuild again. We're so afraid of losing things in our life that we stay stuck in the unhappiness, in the muckiness, and we're like, oh, this is as good as it's gonna get. No. You have a lot more inside of that chest of yours. You have a lot more inside of that heart of yours. There's so much more inside of yourself. You deserve the healing. You deserve the life that you want. You deserve all of those good things. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you did. You deserve to have a good life. That's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for watching. And I hope you go after your dreams, because people are counting on you. They're waiting on their blessing from your fruit. Your fruit is going to be the seeds to their blessing. Think about that.